Milwaukee makes really a lot of great, wonderful tools, but every now and again, they do tend to make a little bit of a mistake here and there. Not everything turns out exactly like they expect, and not everybody loves everything Milwaukee makes. So you have to make some modifications along the way, but as long as you're able to get a little bit creative, often you can solve the problems that you run into. And that just recently happened with one of the things that we have. And that is this thing right here, which is the Milwaukee saw stand. They made a really stupid mistake in designing it, and it caused a lot of problems for us that have been really annoying and has caused a lot of headache. But recently I kind of figured out a way that I can solve the problem. So when I got to looking at it, I just looked at a couple things and I thought to myself, hey, why could I not just stick a couple bolts in this thing and fix the problem? And so a few minutes later, after I had formed an idea and come up with a few parts that I needed, I was on my way to the hardware store to pick up what I needed. So overall, the functionality of this saw stand works rather well. You can unfold the legs right here, stand up one side, and then I usually just unfold the other. Now these arms do extend way out, like so, and it creates quite a good reach, which is really nice for some of those longer trim pieces. In the saw, you just put the stands on the bottom, and you can just click it right into the saw stand, and in a matter of minutes, ouch, what am I doing? In a matter of minutes, you can have this thing set up and ready to cut. And this has been really, really nice, but it's come with a set of problems. So right here, this thing is adjustable. It can adjust up and down, which is really nice, depending what kind of trim you're cutting, or if it's really bowed, you can adjust it accordingly. Now, the other part of the adjustment that I don't like, and it's not really an adjustment, it's more like removable. You can unscrew this, and this one is replaced because of the problem that we have with it. You can't really unscrew this one. Let's unscrew this one. So you just unscrew that and it slides right out. So that's one thing that they did. I don't know what the point is of this. I really don't. Other than that, I guess it's replaceable. I don't really know. But it's really, 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 really a stupid design. It causes quite a few problems. Number one, it's just loose. And so every time you put your trim on it, it kind of tilts and wobbles, and it can put the trim on different heights and whatever. Number two, this thing always loosens, and it ends up falling off every now and then, just in the rough and tumble of the trades industry, as you know, if you're a trades worker. And then you can lose the part, and that is the worst. That's the worst thing about it. You lose that part and then you're done. Otherwise though, the saw stand is great. So we came up with a little bit of a way that we can just solve the problem, and then the saw stand is perfect. So with that being said, we're going to head to the hardware store and grab the parts that we need to make this fix, and hopefully by the end of this video you'll be able to do the same thing to your stand and make it just a little bit better for you.
Find what you need down there?
Yeah, just some little dinky parts here.
Okay, let me get you a little dinky bag for your little parts.
We got the parts we needed, and now we're going to show you the quick and simple fix, and it'll be an absolute game changer when it comes to just the overall strength of the cabinet itself.
Did you just say the cabinet?
Mm-hmm. So I picked up all the parts that we needed, just some pretty small bolts with lock nuts. They are 632s, I believe, and then just a 632 bolt with the lock ring in it. And this will definitely help secure it, and it'll change the feel of the saw stand and be an absolute game changer for you. So you're gonna need some kind of a drill bit that's big enough for the bolt to go through. So you're gonna want to remove these saw stand things, the adjustment part. You can just loosen it until it comes apart. And then you're gonna just you can take this dumb thing out, which this one is in kind of weird. So then you just take your drill, go right down in this side, and you want to drill the whole way through. And you definitely want to stay a little bit out toward the saw, just to keep it easier to access when it comes to putting the actual bolts in. And I don't think that's big enough. Nope. Now these are very tricky to get in here because you got to kind of reach under there with the bolt. But it looks like I got that one started. And then you got to use some kind of a tweezers. This thing might work. I mean, it worked. Alright, so once you got your first one in there, you're just gonna get it straightened out again, and then find your place nearest to the saw to drill. All right, so once you got it secured, you're gonna take your doohickey honkety, reassemble your doohickey honkety, and you can adjust it to where you need to still. And this thing is completely solid and always stays flat no matter what your trim does to it, and everything's structurally sound, and it creates no other further problems. So you can just repeat that process on the other side, and then you got yourself the Milwaukee stand that's structurally sound instead of the Milwaukee sound that's structurally a stand. So this side, totally sturdy, stays right there. This side, just ploppy, ploppy, chunky, bonky, blooky, docky, booky, chicky. Dumbness. So you just gotta repeat the process, and you got yourself the stand of a lifetime. Just a small hack that I figured I'd show you guys, and hopefully it's helpful. If you got a stand like this, or you're thinking of buying a stand, this is a great stand, but I would definitely recommend this modification. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the other side.